What's up, everyone, and welcome to HBCU 101. I am your host, Jaleel Thurman. HBCU 101 is a show that will take our little nation, give you the ins and outs of HBCUs, with a little taste of the HBCU flavor. On today's episode of HBCU 101, we sit down with the Hampton alum that's giving out all the financial gems. But before we get to that, let's check out our HBCU news and see what's buzzing in our community with Tali Carr.
All right, thanks, Jaleel. Hey, man, we got some big homecoming news for you. It involves Howard University, and they have revealed who their opponent is going to be for homecoming 2024. None other than Tennessee State University. This game goes down October 19th. So look, we still got some time, man. But when Howard homecoming rolls around and Tennessee State is coming to town, that's going to be big. October 19th, circle the date. All right, let's get back now to HBCU 101 with Jaleel Thurman.
Thanks, Tali. Now, those that went to school with him remember him for being a star athlete, while many today know him for really giving out the financial assistance and gems that we need. Without further ado, HBCU 101 would love to welcome Hampton University alum and managing partner of Granger Financial, the big homie, Mr. Jeff Granger. What's up, baby?
What's up, baby?
Nothing wrong. Nothing. What's up? What's up?
Listen, I can't call it, man. I can't call it. I'm here. I'm on the right side of the grass, so I'm good. It's a pleasure, man.
No, the pleasure's all mine. And look, he said he's the real HU because he came in here with that HU blue on.
Hey, listen, I don't go nowhere without it.
Come on now.
I don't go nowhere without it.
Now, let's talk that, right? You from New Jersey. Mm-hmm. Now, going
from Newark, New Jersey. You got to be specific.
You heard what he said.
You got to be
Newark,
specific.
New Jersey. My bad.
Yeah,
my bad.
You got to say it Newark.
Newark. You heard him, right?
That's right.
Now, it's a lot of HBCUs from there to Hampton. I mean, you passed another HU along the way, a couple other schools. Was it basketball that got you to Hampton?
Basketball is what introduced me to Hampton.
Okay.
What got me to Hampton was on my college visit. I went to a Hampton-Howard football game.
Okay.
And I have never seen that many beautiful black people in one space with no drama, no issues, just celebrations, bro. Yeah. I think I signed before I left that weekend.
Word.
No joke, man. It was, I didn't even know my mom always wanted me to go to an HBCU until after I signed.
Wow.
And it was close enough to home, 4 or 5 hours. Yeah. So that's what got me to Hampton. Okay. So basketball introduced me to it, but the culture, the vibe, the people are what made me go to Hampton for sure.
You was a starer. You know,
I was all right.
You was a starer. Now, there was a game, you know, you played FAMU, if I'm not mistaken. If my stats give me correct, you scored 40 points.
Yeah.
Back in FAMU. No, though y'all lost, for you, like, was that like one of the best accomplishments in undergrad? Like, or how did that feel dropping that 40, you know?
So first of all, I should have had like 50 or 60, right? But I had 28 in the first half.
Okay.
How it felt was, it was a crazy environment.
Yeah.
Because one of my good friends from Jersey, Tony Tate, is a Newark guy, Jersey City guy, I should say. He was on the other side of he played for FAM.
Okay.
So us going at it was always a conversation going back home. So I got off to a great start. I had 28 in the first half and we was rolling. But the fans at FAM was crazy. Yeah. Because it was a tight little small gym. Yeah. So our bench right here, they tapping me on my shoulder when I come out the game. Number 11, don't shoot no more. Don't put that ball up no more, bro. We're going to have to see you after the game. All in fun and in jest, but it was still that type of black college environment, bro, that was the fun part for me. Okay. Having that, because you had that swing of you play FAM and then you go play Bethune. Or you play Bethune and then you go play FAM. Oh. So I dropped 40 that night. We lost, turned around, dropped 28 the next night, and we won. Okay. So just that vibe of being back on track, getting your swag back, and being in the warm weather was a beautiful thing.
Yeah, come on now. He dropping stats out here. He said, you know, one night I'm giving them 40 piece and a biscuit. The next night I'm giving them a 28 with a little sweet tea with it. They gonna have to take this.
They had that iced tea with it.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Now, looking back on your college experience, outside of course, you know, being a star athlete, which I know is a different vibe, what's one of your most memorable moments at Hampton?
My most memorable moments at Hampton as a student or as an athlete?
As a student.
Wow. I have to say me and my wife.
Oh man, he came in with the gave us the
I had to give you that, right?
I ain't mad.
Because at Hampton, right, you hear, 16-to-1 ratio, all of those things. But meeting my wife and understanding that she was probably the only woman on campus that ever told me no, right? Being a star or being an athlete.
Curve you.
Yeah, she ain't never curved me.
All right, my bad.
Hey, where I tell you I'm from? I'm from North.
Come on.
I don't get curved.
Don't
you feel me?
With it, 21.
No, but that was one of the best experiences. And then graduating as an athlete with honors. The crazy part is I didn't know that I graduated with honors, but I knew I put the work in.
Yeah.
And it was my spouse, my last 2 years of college, that really made me buckle in. And I really did the work. So it's not like, oh, you didn't know you graduated with honors because they gave it to you. No, I worked my butt off for it, but I didn't pay attention to what that meant.
Yeah.
So when I went to get my cap and gown, they gave me these tassels. I'm like, what is this for? Oh, you cum laude or whatever that is. I'm like, oh.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So those two kind of commingled together, catapulted and made that one of the best experiences at Hampton.
Man, that's what I love. Ain't no wrong with a little HBCU love. I love it. I love it. I ain't mad. You know what? Because everyone doesn't have that unique story.
For sure.
And so that's amazing that you have that and that y'all still married and all that good stuff. So listen.
15 years in.
Ooh, he 15 in. Some of y'all can't even get 15 months in, all right? Now look, you got so much more that we want to talk about, especially you had the opportunity to play overseas, but we'll talk about it when we get back from the break. It's Jalil, it's Jeff. You all stay tuned. We'll be right back. What's up, everyone, and welcome back to HBCU 101. It's Jalil, and I got Hampton University in the building.
We here.
My guy, Jeff. Now, you see, he got all HU over there. All right, now, Jeff, before we get back to everything else, we got a little HBCU trivia for you, all right?
Okay, talk to me.
All right, you play, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, so we're going to keep it there. What HBCU did NBA player Robert Covington attend?
TSU, right?
TSU. Tennessee State University. Yeah, shout out to the Tigers. Shout out to my baby sister, my little cousin. They both Tigers right now at Tennessee State.
Is he still? He's still in the league.
He's still in the league.
He's the only HBCU player still in the league.
I think so. Yeah, man, that's how I be sometimes.
Yeah, he can play. He can play. He can shoot it.
Come on now.
Very high clip.
Yeah, come on now. That's why he's still there.
Man, he can play defense as well. He can make a lot of money doing that.
Now let's talk about playing defense. All right. Mm-hmm. Now you had an opportunity to not only play. A lot of people don't have. They play ball in middle school and then they go to high school. Mm-hmm. And then some people don't go to high school to college. Mm-hmm. And then if you go to college, that's usually sometimes where it is. You had an opportunity to play professionally overseas. Mm-hmm. Walk us through like that experience, like what it was even like going overseas to play ball.
Initially, the experience is, this is great. I'm making money. Mm-hmm. I'm playing ball. I'm doing what everybody think I should be doing.
Right.
I'm playing ball in the DR.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a vibe, right? Yeah. It's like, oh man, you get to live this life and this lifestyle. And then you go play ball in the Ukraine. Bro, it's a lifestyle. But then people really don't understand the struggle that you go through in playing basketball overseas. It's not all pretty because you don't really understand the fact that sometimes you're in a third world country.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes you're with people who don't speak the same language as you.
Yeah.
And then you're isolated.
Yeah.
Your family's not there. The things that you're used to aren't there.
Yeah.
So for me with basketball, I played for a couple years and then I realized I couldn't answer this one question. Am I playing because I want to play or because people think I should be playing? And as an athlete, that's something you struggle with. But for me, we talked about in the beginning, having relationships outside of just sport. I knew that the world was bigger than just basketball for me, and it was always going to be a door opener.
Yeah.
So once I couldn't answer that question no more, my wife would tell you, I said, I'm coming home. They offered me another job in the Ukraine to stay. And I said, no, I turned it down. I wanted to come home.
Right. Now, you made a lot of money, all right? And then I'm sure with that money, you could have made a lot of decisions, and then you worked in corporate America, but ultimately you have your own company, Granger Financial. What was the thought and why you created that?
The thought and why I created Granger Financial? Mm-hmm. Oh man, this is a whole nother episode. But I'll tell you, I worked for a Fortune 50 company in the insurance industry.
Right.
And I was one of the youngest black executives in the company. And I worked there for 10 years. And then I started venturing out as an entrepreneur to other businesses. I owned a couple trucks. I was doing other stuff. And July 12th of 2019, we returned, my family and I, from a trip to Ibiza. And on July 15th, they fired me.
Oh, wow.
I got fired from this company after working there for 10 years for not telling them that I owned 2 trucks outside, which I did, but that's another story for another day.
Yeah.
I call it WWB, working while black at times, because somebody didn't like me at the company, right? Because nothing I did was illegal or unethical or anything like that.
Right.
July 15th, I was fired. And I called my wife, I said, yo, they just fired me. And the first question she asked me was, are you okay? Not how we gonna pay our bills, not what we gonna do. Are you okay? And I said, I'm good. She was at the gym. I'll never forget this. She's like, you want me to come home? I'm like, nah, finish your gym thing. I'm good. So now I go back to my relationships. I'm getting job offers because people found out I got fired. I was an executive. I'm getting job offers and I turned them all down. I'll never work for anybody ever again in my life. That was me personally. Yeah. I'm not saying that that's for anybody else, but that was for me at that point. And July 15th, I got fired. July 12th, I got fired. July 15th, which was Monday, we opened Granger Financial. July 16th, we took our first customer.
Oh, wow.
So when you talk about being from an HBCU, going to an HBCU, you understand that grit and that grind, because it's not like being at a PWI where you have the nicest dorms, the best cafeteria, your registration process is seamless, right? You have to learn a little bit of grit. And for us, that's what we did. We put some grit in. Yeah. We had that grind. We had a good relationship with people. We flew to Tennessee to Townsend and Jackie Hargis. I'll never forget them, right? They took us in and said, look, this is what we've been able to build. You can come help, work with us and build your own from this. Yeah. You don't have to pay us nothing. Yeah. What? Yeah. Relationships. They worked with me at State Farm as well. Yeah. Or the former company. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? So for us, it was about practicing everything we preached to my 4 daughters. And we teach them that you have to have hard work. And when things don't happen in the way you want it to happen, you got to figure it out yourself. You got to pick yourself up and go get it. And as their father, it was my job to provide. I had a daughter that was about to go to college, and I just lost a job where I was making north of $400,000 or $500,000 a year. I went to zero. You can't replace 500 quickly. If I made 100, 150, you could probably get that back pretty quickly. I was making good money. But the real reality of why we created Granger Financial was we wanted control of our own destiny. We wanted to build in a community and employ people that look like us, that aren't the best student or isn't the top performer, but they want to be there. I think that's amazing. And I want to talk more about the advice and the love and how you pour into other people. We'll do it after the break. It's Jalil, it's Jeff. You all stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Time now for Did You Know, brought to you by HBCU Pride Nation. Did you know that HBCUs make up 3% of all colleges?
Welcome back to HBCU 101. It's Jalil, it's Jeff. Yo, Jeff, now before the break, we was talking about why Granger Financial. Now I want to get into the weeds of some things. I know you specialize in like investments and teaching people how to invest and what to invest in. So like, what are some simple things or small things that people want to start investments? Like, where could they begin?
So before you even get into investments, I think most people in our community have to understand a budget and their relationship with money, right? Everyone wants to go to invest but most people in our community, they only got $50. They want to flip the 50 to 100. That's not an investment, right? And that's not a pathway to success. So the first thing, and I know everybody hears it all the time, 3 to 6 months of your income. Okay. Right? That's how we were able to survive. Okay. Because we had that nest egg, right? Okay. And then COVID happened. But we had a nest egg and we built our business during COVID. But you really need to save and understand your relationship with money before you start investing. Okay. Once you get to that point, I think the easiest thing to do is number one, buy life insurance to protect you, your number one asset, and your ability to earn income, right? Number two is an S&P 500 fund. Standard Poor's 500. It's 500 of the top companies in the United States. You invest $100 a month into that. I think last year it did 12 to 16%. I mean, $100 brought you back $16, right? If you got 200, you got 32. So you just put that in and let it build up over time. It's the best way, the easiest way to diversify automatically your portfolio without going into just buy Tesla or just buy Google.
Got you. You touched on something, right? When you talk about like life insurance right now, you know, I have life insurance and I've learned about it because my father and them have life insurance and things of that nature, but we've recently been having a conversation around trust. And I was, you know, someone put me on game and I was telling him like, look, you about to hit 50, it's about to get that time, you got properties, you have things that could be lost in the sauce if we don't do what's important. So my question to you now is, why is it important for people to have life insurance? And then what's the benefit of having a trust?
I'll go to the trust one first because that's the hot topic everyone talks about. Oh, I got to get my trust in my state. So I think there's a lot of anonymity that goes with having a trust, right? When you own a trust, the trust can be owned by blue, black ink, right? And nobody will know who that is, right? And it adds that certain level of anonymity, but it also gives you some more protections, right? Both while you're alive, because you can have a living trust and you can have a trust that goes into force when you're deceased, right? And the thing about it is you have executors or trustees that have to do what your will is or what your trust documents state. Let's say you have a child and your life insurance is left to your trust because the child is a minor. Well, now the trust can spit out a certain dollar amount every year based on what you set up before you pass away. And if I'm the trustee or executor of your trust, I have to go and do exactly what's in there. And make sure that that's done for your child. Versus, let's say not you, but another person is not cool with their child's father or their child's mother, and they don't want that money to go to them, the trust helps you with that.
Got you.
It also, when you have, if we get into really good detail, some tax benefits from when you have a trust. We can get into really, really good weeds on that, but I think the main thing is be thinking in that capacity as you accumulate assets. Right? Because if you own nothing and your trust owns everything, you legally have nothing to be sued for because you don't own anything.
Got it.
So that's the other layer there as well. But why own life insurance? Think about our communities. We talk about Chicago. We talk about Newark, New Jersey, the amount of gun violence that's happened in that space, right? Let's just say each person that's died, they said it was 400 people in a weekend or something in Chicago before.
It might have been spicy.
That might have been a big number, but let's just say all of them had $100,000 worth of life insurance. Life insurance companies got to start paying out, right? If they're paying out at that number, who's going to come in and help? Because they don't want to keep just paying out, right? So those life insurance companies will come into our communities and do something different. So they're not paying out. But the reason that you have it is to protect families. Think about it. If all of the people that we know that we saw pass away when there were, when we were growing up and their parents had life insurance on them, how many more communities would have home purchasers? How many more communities would have businesses? Because the money would be there at that point to start those businesses, to buy another home, to impact our community in a different light. So I think you should have it, one, because it's a selfless act. It's the biggest selfless act. You get nothing from it. Your family benefits 100% from it. But I believe in it because also I told you when we lost our job, I was able to cash in some of my cash value life insurance to help start Granger Financial, to pay our employees, because we had already been paying so much into those policies.
Got you. Now, I definitely think that you hit on something because it's in our community, it's working with, just doing that self. It's something we don't know much about, but I think it's something that we need to talk more about. And I want to say thank you for giving us those gems, and I'm sure you're giving it to all the people. Before we let you go, we play a game with all of our guests called I Got 5 on it, all right?
Okay.
I Got 5 on it. It's this or that or who or what you got 5 on. All right, now, I mean, you seen them play. I'm going to say who you got 5 on. You know, Robert Covington or Kyle O'Quinn? Who you got on a one-on-one? Who you putting your 5 on?
My 5 in the middle.
He going 250, 250.
I'm doing 250 because they both HBCU guys. Put us up against somebody else. And I'm riding with I got 5 on both my HBCU boys. And Kyle O'Quinn is my guy. Never had the pleasure to meet Robert Covington, but Kyle O'Quinn's my guy. If you put a gun to my head, make me choose, I got to ride with my guy, Kyle.
He sound like he going with Kyle in the 75.
Even though he went to Norfolk State.
I know. Hey, look, everyone. It's Jalil. It's Jeff. You all stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Time now for your HBCU Wall Street 101s. February is American Heart Awareness Month. Research shows that stress can make us more likely to get heart disease and have a heart attack. Today's Brain Love Spotlight falls on HRBP Consulting, a forward-thinking HR consulting firm that serves as both an advisory and hands-on HR consultant. Bria McCrae is the founder and principal HR consultant at HRBP. She's a proud graduate of North Carolina A&T State University. That's today's Brain Love Spotlight.
And that's it for today's episode of HBCU 101. I got to give a special thank you and shout out to my guy Jeff coming through, giving us the scoop on everything from Hampton University, playing overseas, and he really dropped that financial gems on y'all. Now, y'all better be taking some notes, all right? For the entire crew, I am your host, Jalil Thurman. We'll see you next week.